I saw a lot of places on my way here heavily damaged by the earthquake. It isn't so bad here. The cheap suburban houses are the worst damaged, as usual. I'm Larissa Duran from the Office for Art Theft Investigation. Captain Burke has permitted me to look around the crime scene.
The Office for what? But, wait, you're the new one from the Examiner, aren't you? Geez, I almost swallowed the bait.
A journalist? Me? What makes you think that?
Look, miss, I understand you. You're new and you need to make a name with an exclusive story. If it were some petty theft, I might help you, but this is really something different.
Listen, find Burke and verify it.
So you want to keep playing this stupid game? Journalists. 523, 1039, Burke.
523, 1023. What's going on?
There's a woman here.
Durand. Madame Durand.
Durand? She says she's from some office that searches for stolen art items.
Sure, she is. And you couldn't even remember your own name.
But you haven't...
Jesus, don't hold her up anymore and let her inside. I've got something here to do with, then I'll come over.
That's a bit embarrassing. I'm really sorry. I really can't remember him saying anything about you.
It's okay. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, I know who you are now, of course. But there are rules, you know. I don't want to give Burke another chance to bite my head off.
My wallet and my badge. I don't have cash on me. I've become too used to using credit cards. The correct Here's my badge. I hope that's the last formality needed here.
Wait, here's the key. I better lock it. You wouldn't believe what the journalists are willing to do for a couple of photos. Moreover, the FBI crew hasn't finished and they have their things here.
Okay, let's have a look at the very reason I've traveled across the ocean. Well, if it isn't my favorite federal agent, you look great as usual. But to get locked up while working?
Laura, have you run across Burke? Because if not, you're gonna see an exemplary idiot. I suppose he's enjoyed outsmarting an FBI agent, but he's damn well gonna apologize for forgetting about me when he locked the door. Idiot.
Sharp as usual.
Pissed off by the stupidity of others, as usual.
Your hair looks good.
Hair? I haven't had a haircut for at least a year. What about you? Still with Max?
A year? How long ago was it when we were stuck in that stinking hole in Macau? 2 years?
More. You know what? I miss it. Only us two naive girls from the Russian and American police, far from all those forms and procedures.
Don't tell me that. So what do you have?
We haven't secured it all here yet, although the FBI has already taken some things away. The police were investigating here too, but we took over quite quickly.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
That's why I needed you. Show me that you haven't grown lazy in Lyon.
I'll take those thumbtacks. It surprises me how many potential... This confirms what I... I'd like to take those tags, and those photos too. That is, if you don't mind.
Sure. You can mark everything you consider important here. That's why you're here, isn't it?
This photo differs from the way the crime scene looks now. I wonder what happened there after the shot was taken. When I arrived at the scene, the spotlight wasn't standing like that. I feel there's something down there which doesn't match the photos we've got. Do you have any ideas about that?
What do you mean exactly?
Don't tell me that it was lying there that way when you discovered it.
What can I say? It was Burke. He stumbled over a cable, broke the spotlight leg, and sent it flying. Thank God everything was already documented. Otherwise, it would have been a real cock-up.
Who discovered the crime scene? Do we know anything about him?
Thomas Stout, the church custodian. He's in his late 70s, but refuses to let someone younger take over. I've known him for more than 20 years. In fact, he was not supposed to go there. The structural engineers from Argo told him clearly that it may be unstable.
Let me guess. He went to discreetly check if they weren't stealing something?
I wouldn't blame him for that, it's his work. Moreover, 2 years ago the roof was repaired, and indeed several things were stolen. And if he hadn't gone there, we would have found it much later.
And what do you think about it? The blood, 3 missing persons. You probably have an opinion.
What do you want to hear? 3 people went missing and there's a wall painted with blood inside. understand what's happening with this world. When I see something like that in a movie, I always wonder how these people can think up such things. And now we have it here.
You haven't told me much.
All right, I'll put it another way. I've walked these streets for ages, and I've seen a lot, but nothing like this. It's completely new to me. I've never seen anything like that. When it gets public, things will change here a lot. Fear is a terrible thing.
But that's only talk. What about a suspect? Could it be someone local?
Local? No way, forget about that. Someone local? I know these people, none of them did that. At least I hope not. It'd be horrible.
Wouldn't it be better to stand up the spotlight again and switch it on? I need to see the place in the same state it was then.
I don't think the boss would object to that.
The place where you found the blood, is there anything else I should know about it?
I actually haven't searched there too much. I don't even have necessary training for that. It's underground. Not many people go there. Actually, it's much bigger, but a part of it is closed.
So you haven't even gone over all of it?
I haven't, but the boss was there with forensics. Oh, as you may have discovered for yourself already, it really stinks there. Probably some kind of gas leak.
Do you know anything about the blood those paintings are painted with?
Well, at first we thought it was paint. But of course it's not. There was another possibility. That it was animal blood. But no. And as if that wasn't enough, the results show the blood belongs to 3 different people.
So the analysis is complete?
It's partly done. I haven't seen the report. It's not my business after all. But they managed to identify one of the samples. They say it belonged to a structural engineer from the Argo company. Foreigner. Czech, I think. Those 2 brothers from Argo are missing too. Hungarians who disappeared together with him. So it's not hard to guess who the rest of the blood belongs to.
The earthquake. It was quite disastrous, wasn't it?
It was costly. And it's going to be worse. A tree fell on my car. I may as well scrap it now. My mother-in-law took my usual parking space that day. So she really owes me. Our house has a crack 2 stories high. The water supply is off, and it's going to take ages before they repair it. Thank God no one was hurt, but it's going to cost.
I doubt it will be possible to attach it back onto the spotlight. It's too twisted for that, but maybe I can use it for something else. I don't think that's a good idea. Right. If I'm to replace the light bulb, it'd be better to do it with the power supply turned off. It wouldn't... I hope no one will mind if I take this washcloth. How many times did I do this in our department? I deserve some certification. That's weird. The insides of the coffee machine are missing and its interior is freshly washed. It's empty. I'm not sure how I should use them. I'm definitely not going to drink from any of them. Perfectly washed cups. A coffee machine with a clean interior. But there's a mess and dust all around. This is hardly a coincidence. I wonder what Kira will say about that. I'm not sure how I should use them. I'm definitely not going to drink from any of them. So here you are. Who might have made you? And why do you have so much in common with Max?
What are you saying? Did you say something about Max? How is he, anyway?
Well, I'm telling myself, why is it here? Why just those 4 paintings? Why not any others?
Why do you never answer me when I ask about Max? Did something happen? I don't mean to pry, but look, if you don't want to, don't say anything.
You're right. I don't want to. Please don't be angry, but no, not now.
All right. I won't push it.
We rejected that escape route as unusable. The corridor leads to the building site next to the church, but the report says the door was locked. There's a strong smell of gas here. Good that the FBI has separated the adjacent room with a plastic curtain, or else Kira probably wouldn't be able to work there.
No! Don't do that! Have you lost your mind?
What? Why? The gas?
Of course! What do you think would happen if there was even a single spark? You don't remember the report stating that the gas is explosive?
Sorry, I didn't realize.
There is still a leak somewhere, so we have to stop it first. Then we have to ventilate the gas that's already here, and then you may play with electricity as much as you please.
Sure, and thanks. Such a stupid, foolish mistake.
Agent Durand? Oh, are you here?
Oh, yeah. You'll surely enjoy him. It's really a remarkable experience working with him.
And what about the gas?
I'll try and find out where it's leaking before you finish with him.
Agent Durand, so you're the one who's gonna show us how to do it right, huh? Oh, my apologies for Edwards.
Don't worry about it.
That man's head is hollow. But people on the streets respect him. I don't get why. Yeah. And here's the FBI report about the technician who wasn't here when it happened. Well, continue with your investigation. By the way, it's pretty neat in here, isn't it?
Well, one certainly can't choose a crime scene.
That's right. At least if you're not a psychopath who paints with human blood. All right, it's all yours. It's already been documented both by my guys and the FBI, but if you think you can find something...
That metal door is closed. Do you have a key?
Of course. What do you think, we're totally incompetent here?
So could you please unlock that metal door for me?
Let's go. And by the way, have you noticed you've been getting our full cooperation with anything you've asked for? It'd be nice if you mentioned that in your report. And it's open. Nothing's stopping you now.
Could we now go over what we know?
Well, we've got 3 missing engineers. The 4th one was lucky. He was at the hospital when it happened. Look at this folder. The culprit? A fanatic out for publicity.
And where would you say those missing persons are?
What do you think? Dead, of course. Their bodies are probably in the bay or dumped somewhere. Now try to do your best. I've got to go deal with Edwards again. And take care not to stumble over anything. One can't be too careful.
Huh. Maybe I should use a piece of paper to find the place where the gas is leaking from. Yes, if I find the correct place, the paper scrap will surely react. This is it! This is where the gas is leaking from. Now I'll wait for Laura.
So?
I know where the gas is leaking from. It's from this joint. I don't think we can fix that, but I guess we could turn off the gas mains.
Great. I think I can do this myself. You can get back to whatever you're doing there. It seems damaged. Stopping the gas. And done. The gas isn't leaking anymore. Kira?
Yes, Laura.
So you think about China often?
Of China, of Russia, mostly of Golovkin's expression when he found out he sold all those smuggled jewels to police agents. We should have taken a photo of him then.
Well, it wasn't so funny then.
But it ended well. So what? It all made more sense then. The work had meaning.
Problems in the agency?
Oh, you don't want to hear it.
Someone should look at that place where the gas is leaking to check if it really was caused by the earthquake.
Absolutely, they certainly should.
That coffee machine next to the sink, have you noticed it? All that mess, yet the coffee machine is polished like new, and the cups too.
Good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Well, either one of those structural engineers was crazy about neatness, or someone had a very good reason to clean it.
I'll have it examined in the lab. Maybe they can find something. Nice observation, really.
Right. I'll look around a bit more. Maybe I'll see something else. That Burke isn't exactly a genius, but I've seen worse. Much worse.
Yeah? Just wait. He'll surprise you yet. We usually get along with the police without any problems, but he's the exception to the rule.
Do we know anything more about those missing technicians?
Argo reputedly sent us something already, but it hasn't gotten to me yet. The internal communication is terrible. Sometimes I think it would be faster to throw a bottle in the sea than to send an email. In fact, the only new thing I've discovered is that Argo originally sent 4 technicians, but the 4th one, a certain Yatsek, had to go to hospital. A blessing in disguise.
Do we know something more about Yatsek?
We'll certainly check him, but I wouldn't expect much. Maybe he will tell us something about his missing colleagues, but that's probably all.
That's a hell of a lot of blood.
Have you noticed how evenly spread it is? No actual stains. And I don't think blood is particularly good for painting.
It definitely isn't. What did he hold the blood in? With what did he paint? I saw a brush somewhere around. Do you want to talk about your work? About how you are doing?
I don't, now. I'd rather not. This work is really cursed. It gets you into situations that probably don't have any understandable solution. No matter what you do, in the end, you'll have to defend it all before some idiot having no idea what you're talking about.
What's happened? Some specific case?
Nothing I'd want to dig any deeper into. You and SWOA are more or less an independent department now, right? You should appreciate that. I mean it.
Am I to put those tags everywhere where I think there's some interesting clue?
Exactly.
But you've already searched here and recorded it all, haven't you?
Well, firstly, we haven't finished here yet, and secondly, if I knew you wouldn't find anything new, I wouldn't rush you here from halfway across the world, would I?
I can't think of anything more now. I'm going to look around a bit.
Sure, there's no hurry.
I should mark that damaged juncture as evidence. I think it's almost empty, but maybe I can use it even so.
If I'm saying I told you something, then I told you. You think I'm lying?
No, not that. Maybe you just forgot.
No, Edwards. Forgetting is your specialty. Look, our dear guest from France has finished. So what do we overlook? Or maybe we can help you with something.
I assume you've seen the blood test results? Anything interesting?
Sure, of course I have. We don't dismiss any evidence. And if something like that is found, of course we try to utilize it. I'm not a novice. I know that every little...
To the point, please. The blood tests.
I only wanted to emphasize we certainly haven't underestimated anything. According to the analysis, the blood belongs to 3 subjects. One of them has been confirmed to be one of the 3 structural engineers. To confirm the other 2 is only a matter of time.
I already have some information from the folder we received. Is there anything new?
Nothing I know about, but there is one strange thing. You probably know how much blood the average male adult has.
Usually about 5 liters.
Well, it seems you Europeans have as much as we do. And now think about cutting the throats of 3 people. Or even just 2. You'd expect more blood around here, wouldn't you? That man had it planned, I'll tell you that.
That sounds logical.
Logical thinking won't help you much, miss, when you don't have enough practical experience. Luckily for this case, I've got both.
So originally there were 4 of those structural engineers. What about the 4th one? The one who survived? Who is he?
Yatsek? Yeah, but he wasn't there with them. Reputedly, they rushed the work too much. Something broke loose somewhere and wounded him. He had to go to the hospital, and that saved his life. He won't have much to tell us about what happened here.
This bar is loose. Maybe it will come in handy. Good, the gas has been mostly aired out. With the lights off, one can't see into the corridor properly. I can't open the... I think that nothing else is holding the cap. Good that the bolt wasn't too tight, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get there so easy. I'll take that bulb. No one will miss it. I'd say that this won't lead anywhere. Am I to use... Am I to use... I won't... That doesn't make... Am I to use... Am I to use... I'd say that this won't lead anywhere. Am I to use those... The bulb is broken. No one will miss it. I'll throw it away. That should work. The bulb fits nicely. I think that's the place where the subway cave-in happened. Anyone could come and leave through the hole leading to the tunnel, and maybe take something, or somebody with them. A wire like this can be used in many ways. At least I hope so. Well, I'll take it anyway. Let's look at the last pages. Now, I don't know what it could be used for, but something may come up. First clamp is out. Second clamp is out, and the ruler is loose. I'll borrow the ruler. It's not evidence, so it shouldn't be a problem. Interesting combination. Who would have thought that? In any case, it seems it will suffice as a leg replacement. That should hold. Good. Although it's not exactly in its original position, I think it's good enough to get some idea. And it will definitely illuminate it here a bit more. I guess I could try placing the spotlight back to its original location. I think it's still not quite the same as in the photos. Let's try it differently. That's it, exactly as in the photos. Kira, do you have a moment?
Sure. Do you have anything new?
I put the light back where it was before.
Well, if you think that'll help us in some way.
Do you have any idea what he meant to say with that painting?
That's one of the reasons you're here. Come on, I know you can figure it out.
The spotlight deserves to be marked as evidence. I don't see any I don't see any. Although it's an Am I I don't see I don't see I don't see Although it's an interesting idea. I'd say that this won't. I'd say that. Although it's. I don't see. I don't see. I'd say that. Although it's an although it although it's an although it's an it wouldn't be easy to wipe off the blood. Moreover, why should I do that? It wouldn't. I don't think that would be of any. That doesn't. I don't see any reason for marking anything in the painting now. I don't see. I don't see. I don't see any. Although it's. Although it's. Although it's an interesting. Although it's an interest. Although it's. Although it's an interesting. Although it's. I don't see. I don't see. Although it's. When I look. The hand. I can't push the thumbtack in. What now? Good. It could help me a bit. Now I should fix some strings to it. The hands of the. The hand. The hand. The hand. The hand. The hands. The hand. The hand. The hand. The hands of those angels. The hands of those. The hands of those. The hands of those. The hand. The hands of those. Am I to use those two things? Great, that should work. I have to say that if those hands really point to the same place, their author had to have great spatial imagination. This is... This is... This is... I was right. All those hands really point to the same place.
Bravo, Lara. It seems most of the hands indeed point to the hole in the plaster. Now we have to find out what's so special about that spot.
As I'd expect. The borders of the hole aren't as jagged and eroded as I'd expect. Why should I carry pieces of plaster with me? That asphalt is still warm and sticky. It hasn't been here more than a few hours. I'm not in the mood for cooking, and I would never cook in this anyway. There's quite a lot of asphalt hardening in the can. The burner is turned up to maximum. The bottom of the asphalt boils, but the top stays solid. What should I do about that? Now that I'm holding it firmly, I can finish it. Good, the special adhesive mixture is ready. Great, that's exactly what I needed. I hope the asphalt will stay warm long enough. That hot asphalt should be able to hold the mortar pieces stuck on the wall. Let's see what comes out of this. I've got it. Perfect. There's something written here. Crux and Sia. I'm almost 100% sure that crux means a cross. But what about Sia? Darkness? No, that's obscuritas. But it's something very similar. Or a shadow? Yes, that could be it. A cross and a shadow. Of course! He means the shadow cast by the cross. Good thing I've moved that spotlight to its original position. I shouldn't be doing... Kira?
Yes, Laura.
I've discovered writing on the wall. Crux and Sia. A cross and...
Shadow. A cross and shadow. I bet it's from him. From the guy who doesn't like common painting colors and paints with blood. He's trying to tell us something.
What is it, nonsense, or does it really mean something?
It surely means something, at least in his eyes. But there's a cross here. Does it cast a shadow? Did he mean the shadow of the cross?
I think the spotlight is quite important. There's no doubt the culprit tampered with it.
Yes, it certainly is a clue we should pay attention to.
All that evidence, the tracks he left behind.
He wants us to catch him?
Maybe. Or he wants to be seen.
No letter to newspapers, no crime in a public place. If he wants to show off, then probably only to us. Maybe it's some game of his.
Maybe. It's all about details. It's good to search everything thoroughly. I should examine it properly. If this peculiarity isn't marked as evidence, I'm not really sure what should. It's good that I brought this bar. I wonder how that paper got there. It's written by hand, probably a quotation. When he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come," and I saw, and behold, a pale horse, and its rider's name was Death, and hell followed him. I don't understand. What does it mean? I'll just compare those and leave the Bible where it is. The quotation certainly is from the Bible, but from where? From which part? When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say,
"Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 7.
What? You know it? How so?
Let's just say it's a nice memory of my father. You don't know the Bible well? Oh, shame on you. If they're playing a guess the verse game in hell, I'll have no equal.
But why has he left it here?
Surely not by chance. 6 and 7. Maybe those numbers mean something.
Kira's knowledge of the Bible saved me a lot of searching. I should examine it properly. Okay, and the duct is marked as evidence. Maybe. There are numbers that agree, but the square isn't right. Oh yes, I think that's really it. I was at the place marked by that number. There's a barred shaft there. This is definitely another clue. Such crazy riddles. Why is the murderer playing with us like this? Why is it made so intricately? I can't imagine anyone getting here except at least partially by chance. No chance to move that pallet alone, but I have to get it away somehow. No, regrettably, I can't move it, but I have to get there somehow. I should get that pallet out of the way. Edwards has left already?
He went to fetch me something to eat. Seems we forgot about you. Look, no offense, but we really searched it here. You're not with a crime team, but you probably know there's set procedures for such situations.
Maybe. Or maybe there's nothing to see for someone who's only used to checking off items on a list. No offense.
Here, boss.
What the hell is it?
The chicken sandwich. You wanted chicken, didn't you?
For God's sake, man, I told you. Just not chicken. Anything but the chicken sandwich. It's enough I can't smoke anymore, and now I can't even eat the food I want. See what I work with here?
I don't understand why Burke doesn't like chicken. With his figure, it would only do him good. I can't wait for a search warrant, and who knows if I'll get one at all. I have to find a way to get in there now. There's a rather large dog behind that gate, and quite furious, too. That doesn't make any sense. I could lengthen that latch like this. If I attach... That doesn't make any sense. Hey,
Hey, you know you're trespassing, right? Wait, don't say anything. I don't want to know about it.
I could use such a thing. The building wasn't locked, but they're not so trusting to leave keys in the ignition of the forklift. I can't open it. The first bolt is out, one more to go. The second bolt is out, and the ignition cover is loose. Here's the ignition. It really wasn't so hard to get to it. So let's see what's hiding under the seat. I'll take that cable. One end of the cable is attached now. All right, the engine is running. I couldn't do that with a modern car, but this one is quite a different thing. And just to make sure, I put the cable back in its place. Let's go. Oops, I think I just broke something on that ladder. I'll use the elevator. This brick is quite heavy. I hope I won't be carrying it needlessly. Great. The ladder is down so I can use it. I don't know how to... The church corridor is behind that door with the pallet blocking a maintenance shaft. I have to open the door and move the pallet somehow. Well, no. I definitely won't do it with only my bare hands. I knew that the cramp iron was good for something. If I hammer the cramp iron a little, it should hold. The doorstep is gone, and there's quite a large crevice under the door now. If I press the button now, the elevator will carry me down. I can't do. Okay, and the box is up. Hard to say where this shaft is leading. It's too dark in there.
I don't think it's a good idea to search for something in the dark.
You have a flashlight with your equipment, don't you? Could I borrow it?
Of course.
Oh my god. All three of them? All three of them murdered and buried in this cold, damp shaft. And the mark. It's how Max signed his paintings. What's going on here? What should I do? I decided to remove that mark that looks exactly like the one Max used to sign his paintings with, because... I decided to mark the sign, the one Max used to sign his paintings with, as evidence, because... The sign is tagged and the FBI crew will have to notice it. I hope I made the right decision.
You're really pale. Don't say you didn't expect that. I would have guessed we'd find them somewhere here.
No, not that. It's something else. There's something weird going on here, Kira. Dreadful. Something I don't understand.
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. We've just found 3 dead bodies. That would shock anybody. Give it some time. It's a lot to take in. Or is it something else?
No, you're right. It's only the bodies. I just need to think a while.
You know what? Go and tell that cop to take you to the hotel. At least he'll be useful. I'll call you later, all right? Get a shower, a snifter, and go to sleep. Agreed?
I guess you're right. Thanks. I need to go over something with you. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
You can cancel the search for those technicians.
Wait, you want to say...
Come with me. You have to see for yourself.
Those bodies, I feel like an idiot. And to think I told you how thoroughly we'd searched. But that's the people I work with.
Well, maybe it would be better not to rely only on those procedures of yours and to show a little initiative.
Yeah, that may be so. Well, if you want, Edwards here can take you to the hotel.
I would be grateful. I need to recuperate a bit.
I understand. You've got a plane booked for tomorrow evening, right? To tell you the truth, I thought you would fly back to Europe without helping us in any way. I owe you more than an apology. You have plans for tomorrow? Would you accept an invitation for dinner?
I appreciate it, but I'd rather not make any plans. Maybe I'll just stay in the hotel.
Yeah, I understand how you feel. I've seen a lot, but I had my first time too. But hey, I'm just a man. You'll be fine. You know what? I'll call you tomorrow and ask if you're all right.
Right. Goodbye.
The morning's creeping in after a disconcerting night. Alone in your hotel room, you have a lot to think about. What will you put in the report? How can you describe things that scare you so much? Things you don't understand. 3 pairs of pale eyes guarding Max's sign. Oh, how I wish I could tell you that it's going to get better. That the morning will bring disclosure. That the worst is over. But I can't, Laura.